Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 7 of Crusader Kings 2 with the Monks and Mystics DLC. We need to pick an ambition. We still don't have the chance to see the realm prosper. I suppose it's because we went to war. We have to stay at peace for 5 years. Well, we can try it. Child Latin Education Focus. This is our son. This is Tratos. Let's go and try and give you a martial education if we can. I always do like having sons that are good at leading troops. Even though I generally don't like to lead the troops directly because it's always a bit of a risk in my opinion. Okay, so we need... Well, we don't have a lot of choice for marshals, do we? So let's go and make the Earl of Derby our marshal. At least that way we can have him leading troops, and that's a good way to get him killed. So we'll have you training troops there. And we have Wiglafing, who is our bastard illegitimate child. Again, we'll give him struggle. And we'll let the game play on. We may still be going to war within 5 years. It all depends whether or not we have the opportunity to take some more land over here. But we certainly want to be using our Chancellor to do that wherever we can. He has a 14.24% chance per year of actually managing to pull it off. So I hope that he does. We haven't really discovered anything with this, even though there's a 91.25% chance yearly to find apostate. So I think we'll just go back to trying to suck up to the Pope for now. Castletown has been built in Northampton. We've got an absolute ton of money. So let's go and upgrade the keep. My liege, I write to you with bad news from Leicester. My efforts to squeeze some extra taxes out of the population have met with resistance, and the peasants are arming themselves. I fear we might have a revolt on our hands soon. So that's increased the local revolt risk, but we don't care too much. The church wants to organise a miracle play for local saint in our domain. They seem to feel that it should fall on our shoulders to pay for it. It's for the glory of God. We can spend 10 ducats to get some more piety, I suppose. I have not called upon the powers of Lucifer's own for some time. People have become less suspicious of my actions. Fantastic. Because this is the problem. As powerful as it is, if you do it too often, people get more and more suspicious. It has come to my attention that the Chancellor of York, Skule, has bribed and threatened his way through my domain, trying to get enough people to recognise a claim on my title that he has fabricated for his liege, Earl Ethelred of York. They better not use it. They probably will. Ethelred Ethelwaldson, whoa, what a mouthful, has decided to go ahead and use a claim on my title, despite having nothing more than a laughable and obviously fabricated document to back it up. The bastard. Right. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get anywhere, even if he decides to attack. Now, I guess we still can't really declare war on anybody because they are already my tributaries. I still don't understand why I don't have a CB on this guy. What is the cause of the tributary CB? Because I have tributary CBs on most of my neighbouring provinces, but not on that one, and I don't know why. How much money are we making, by the way? Wow. Our own actual income is only about 50 ducats, but we're making 85 ducats per year from tributaries. Nice. As I sat and looked at the fish course, the fish spoke to me and reminded me that my neighbour's titles were rich and should be mine. True. Intrigue +2. Does that stack? Our intrigue is up to 13. We've got absolutely no stewardship right now. So we can only hold 3 provinces personally. Saddle my horse. We're going looking for that white stag again. Dangerous factions led by my marshal. It's always you, isn't it? And you want increased council power. But there again, that strength, 712 men, which is 98.7% of my power. That's not taking into account all of my vassals and my allies that would come to help me. This time it will not escape me, let's be honest, it probably will. Leicester has finished whatever it was building. Let's go ahead and work on the... let's go ahead on the barracks, actually, because we mainly use heavy infantry as sort of feudal... a feudal culture. You spend weeks in the wilderness searching for any trace of your prey, but are forced to return empty-handed. You are sure that no one is impressed by your failed adventure. It's my own failure. I can gain the trait humble, or it's because my retainers are useless. Yes, of course they are. Blame the retinues. Always going to be their fault. I often wonder why I bother about such trivial things. Belphegor keeps urging me to save my energy for when it really matters. He is right too. We gain the trait Slothful. Okay, well that's another negative impact on our stats across the board. Of course, we do still have quite high intrigue, and we should still be getting a fairly decent amount of power there. Actually, Slothful doesn't give me any more, which is weird. My nights are plagued by terrible nightmares featuring the vile Countess. This is a Countess, my rival sister in darkness. Let's invite her over for fun, see what happens. As she arrived for our meeting, my servants threw a sack over her head and beat the filthy trollop into submission. She's now snugly stowed into a brazen bull that I built especially for this occasion. Surrounding the bull are some crucified scum from my dungeon drenched in oil. So we've read this one before, but that's 200 dark power, and we've got a mission as well. Satan has demanded another soul to aid us in our glorious mission. Bewitch Bishop Beerfrith and make him your loyal servant, willing or not. Please see to this matter at once. Of course, gladly. So let's go and see to this bishop, and we are going to attempt our demonic possession on him. 150 dark power, but it normally pays more than it gives out. Of course, we're raising a bit of suspicion now. In the middle of the night, I seclude myself in the room I have meticulously prepared for tonight's black magic. With every step of the ritual completed, the air of the room grows more and more oppressing until finally I sense I am about to unleash a being of terrible power upon my unsuspecting foe. Do it. I'm not sure if this has a potential chance to fail. I assume it must. Now, still keeping my eyes, there's a couple of characters of special interest here. Right, that was a success. So 200 dark power. Who am I keeping an eye on? This one here is my wife. I don't need to mark her as a character of special interest anymore. And you are still around. Are you still actually my lover? Yes, you are. We could break up with, but keeping you around might be quite useful. We try and recruit you for Satan. Let's give her a go. It might work. She's probably going to say no, but it's not like we're doing anything else useful with her. She's actually starting to listen. I arranged a run-in with her on a castle today against my castle. Her face darkens when I again attempt to discuss my world views. I then offer her my favourite protection spell, a chicken leg in a leather pouch. I thought it was harmless enough, but she refuses to accept the gift. Okay, so we can't get her in. Did that actually... Cruel, arbitrary, slothful, attraction to possess, charitable versus greedy, humble versus proud, cannibal. A lot of negative modifiers there. I mean, we do have a child. And we are lovers, but that'll probably go away at some point. Always useful to keep us around. Here we go. Here's the revolt we've been waiting for. For too long you have restricted political influence of your vassals. The time has come to give the council more power. Submit to this demand peacefully or face the consequences. Rest assured that I have gathered others who are equally upset. Well, we will not be blackmailed. Of course we won't. We are going to... There we go. I was waiting for it to fire. It was taking its time, wasn't it? Vassal inheritance warning we're not bothered about at the moment. We are going to call in all of our allies. Now, I'm not sure if defensive wars actually count against the seeing the realm prosper thing. They may well not. I can't remember. I think it's only aggressive wars. So we're going to go and do that. We are going to go to our military and we are going to raise all of the levies. Try and get them all together in Warwick. Hopefully they're all going to go around. You're going to get squished there. But you'll probably find that now all of my buddies are going to come in and help. Just pausing the game up here because I want to see what this important decision is. Recruit a court physician. Obviously we've lost our current one, so let's go off and do that. So maybe that she died or something. Oh, you're just going to catch out 6 troops there. That's fine. Yep, everybody is joining in this war. Like, everybody. What about this guy? Your spy master reports a heretical sorcerer has been caught and jailed in the city of Cambridge. The sorcerer has apparently healed various ailments afflicting other prisoners. Although he's scheduled for execution at noon, you could pardon him and bring him into your employ. He's a naive appeaser. He's a mystic. He doesn't appear very good. He's got a negative opinion of us. Yes, we do not require his services. We are going to lose a little stack of troops there. That's fine. Let's go ahead. And that wasn't the right key. That was pressed H there. Brought the wrong map. Wanted G for group. I still don't really want to lead the army. We have no marshal now. Let's go and give you the marshal position. You're not a very good marshal, but at least you will be fine. We want to make sure that we've got some commanders appointed. Let's go ahead and appoint you, as you are possessed. It could only be good. And we're just going to appoint other people that aren't necessarily important members on the council. Once again, I don't want to be in charge of that. Let's go ahead and see if we can dive on this army real quick. We did unfortunately lose that battle, but we want to get everybody in here. And it really won't take long to deal with this this rebellion. We'll put this revolt down soon enough, especially as we have so many men here with Pickland helping us out. So we're going to go and try and dive in on this army down here. Looks like Pickland's going to try and sort that one out for us. So that is fine. Okay. A sudden shooting pain strikes your chest. After a moment of agony, it passes for now. We have chest pains. Could try the old dark healing again. Let's give it another go. 300 dark power. It's quite expensive. We lose the chest pains. Good. Let's get rid of the illness. Would be nice if we could get up to 500 dark power so we could get a familiar. Oh, we have got 500 dark power. In that case, let's just go ahead and do it. We're probably going to die soon anyway. Summon familiar. Let's go ahead and do it. So, we can choose a cat, the Lord of all beasts, that gives us +3 intrigue. We can choose a wolf as a protector, which gives us +2 martial and 1 intrigue. Can summon the owl, master of the night, for 1 intrigue and 2 learning. Or the raven will grant me its wit for 1 intrigue and 2 stewardship. I think we're just going to go for all the intrigue at the moment. Try and build up as much dark power as we can. People are getting a little bit too suspicious of us now, so we're going to back off and not use any of our powers for a while. So we just want to save up at this point and essentially try to... I don't know, I mean, it depends how long we're going to live. We are 56. Highly suspicious. Child lacks an education focus. Again, we'll go with thrift because it is a girl. We'll allow the game to play on. I don't think they have any army left. They've got an army down there. They're trying to siege down Kent. Yeah, that is fine. We should win this without too much of a problem at all. We will get this in the next tick. Already at 44%. Of course, we've got Pickland and some of our vassals down here that are also sieging out as well. So now we're at 58%. So we're working on the city. That's going down 24.9% every 12 days. It's a shame if it was 25% instead of 24.9. It'd only take 4 ticks, but it's going to take 5 instead. Keep has been built in Northampton. So I guess we should go ahead and go for probably the barracks again. Go for that extra heavy infantry. 85%. Which siege was that went down? Yeah, we have the city, so we're now working on the bishopric. So you can tell because the dotted lines on the province are broken that we've got it partially sieged, but we haven't got every holding sieged. Once we siege and hold every holding within the province, so in this case the barony, the city and the bishopric, then we'll have solid lines on here. Daughter was born. Again, we just sort of randomise it, doesn't really matter. It seems my amorous adventures have resulted in a child. We'll acknowledge her, but we're not going to legitimise it. It's a female, why would we bother? By the way, when I say that, and I appreciate that like 96-97% of my viewers are male, so I have a very, very small female viewing, but nonetheless I do have some female viewers. I'd just like to point out that when I say things like that in this game, I'm in no way being sexist. It's just the way the game works. Females in the game have very little use compared to males because in at least most of the cultures within the game, it's male heirs that are preferred. So if you have a lot of daughters, you tend to just marry them off into other families. You don't really have them stick around in your own court. So as a result, you tend not to spend too much time and effort actually giving them the right educations. You tend not to care too much about their sort of needs because they're not necessarily going to be sticking around, whereas your male heirs are the ones that you want to make sure have good traits. So I just wanted to get that across, just in case some people get the wrong idea when I was saying it's not important because it's a woman. That is by no means what I actually mean. So let's go ahead and offer peace here, because we are at 100%. So we've now arrested this guy, and he probably deserves it. We can go ahead and we'll try and build a war chest, actually. We got a lot of money coming in, so it's probably worth doing. Betrothed can marry, so let's go ahead and get you married off. And we can once again... Oh, we can try and extort subjects. There's a reason why we can do that. Has the trait in... None of these must be true. Has the trait incapable, is not in hiding or seclusion. I don't want to extort my subjects. I don't need to extort my subjects. In fact... Don't make that an important decision. So what is giving me the option to do that? Infirm, stressed, possessed, slothful, wrath, arbitrary, envious, lustful, deceitful. We've got the gambit of sins here, haven't we? I wish you could zoom in on this. They get very, very hard to see when they overlap. But it's the 4th and 5th, 7th, 6th, 1. So hang on. We've got greedy and cruel, so there's 2. Lustful is 3. Envious is 4. Proud is 5. Wrath 6. Slothful 7. We've got all 7 of the sins. Got the complete gambit. I felt the Holy Spirit fill me, and just like the apostles of yore, I could speak in the tongues of many peoples as the Holy Spirit gave me the power to express myself. Get speaking in tongues giving the following effects. Diplomacy -20. Yeah, I needed that, didn't I? To the rash hunts master offer, peace be with you, I accept your suggestion. Oh yeah, there we go, so that's just the marriage coming through, that's fine. Again, we're still going to see if we can grab the another province or two here. That flipping white stag that we still haven't managed to capture yet. It'll happen one day. Could hear someone sneaking around inside again, so teach her to be less nosy. She loses opinion of us, that is fine. Still not too sure what I want to do with you. I guess keeping you around is not a bad idea for now. We are knocking on. We are 57 years old. We do still have an heir. Our heir is married and has his own child. And while his stats aren't great, he is slothful. He is just. He's also paranoid, stubborn and craven. What about your son? He's 3 years old. Levies raised too long. Have I got some... Oh yeah, I won the war and didn't disband the levies. My bad. Let's go ahead and do that. You have gathered your followers and your hunting dogs, and we're once again going off to that stupid thing. York has become independent. I'm guessing we can't declare war. No. That's a shame. After many days of hard hunting and tracking, you've finally managed to trap the white stag in a cul-de-sac between 2 rocks. The great animal is at your mercy. It looks at you with intelligent eyes and you are suddenly struck by its great beauty. Its head will adorn my wall. 200 prestige, plus monthly prestige and plus 1 martial. Or I cannot slay such a noble animal. 200 prestige. So we get Master Hunter or we get Master Hunter. Either one seems to give me the same benefits. Its head will adorn my wall. I'm a devil worshipper. Do I care that much about chopping the head off a stag? Probably not. So we'll go ahead and do that. We might want to change our focus now, although we would lose the additional health. And now that we're actually knocking on a bit, because we've already got the stressed is giving it, the infirm is giving us -1 health. The stressed is giving us -1 health. I'm sure there's probably some other stuff here that's giving us reduced health that I don't like. So I do want to be careful there. Unlanded Sons, which is Tratos. And he's actually... a very, very good marshal. He's actually strong, and he is proud. And he's a flanker, so he's got some skill. May well even be a better ruler. So what we could do is marry you off to somebody. Probably somebody with some high... you're 14 and you're quick. And you've got high diplomacy. We're definitely going to go ahead and arrange a betrothal there. This guy is the Earl of Bedford. Let's stick you in the oublette just so you can die off because we're sick of your rubbish. So let's have a quick look in the realm and see how much all of our peeps like us. So you don't like me much, but I've just stuck you in the oublette, which is fine. Can I revoke your title? Revoke the County of Derby. Title revocation law is not enabled. So what about if we enable it? Revoke title allowed. Lords don't have to approve it. And we are going to revoke your title like so. He can't say no because he's in prison. Now, before I do anything else, that now means I hold Derby as well, yes? Yes, I hold Derby now. Which is actually my county. It's Leicester and Derby, I think. I want the de jure duchies button. De jure duchies, there we go. So, Leicester, Warwick, and Worcester are Mercia. Derby is Lancaster. So I actually want to get Warwick and Worcester, really. But what I'll do with Derby is I will then grant that as a landed... Do I want to grant that as a landed title, or do I keep it for myself? I think I'm going to keep Derby for myself for the time being. We'll keep it for myself. I'm going to be greedy. Not going to spend any money on it just yet, because we do want to... we'd like you to back our plot to kill some random bishop. No, I don't think so. I'll keep it for myself for now, but I'm going to be greedy. I'm not going to spend any money on it because I don't want... I'm trying to complete the mission, which is to build a war chest. Exactly how much do I need to do that? 700 because we're a duchy. So we need 700 gold. So 300 if a county, 500 if ruling a duchy, 700 if a kingdom, or 1,000 ruling an empire. So even though we're actually running a duchy, it's a petty kingdom, it still counts as a kingdom. So we will... Because the mechanic's a little bit different. We are technically sort of a duke level, not a king level. It just called us king, doesn't call us petty king. Yeah, petty king of Mercia. It says King Offa the Hunter, petty king of Mercia, because this is a petty kingdom, which is essentially a duchy. So we're duke level. Compared to other kings, we are below them. We are the same level as dukes. We're one level above a... We can't have dukes below us. The direct vassals below us are counts. So even though we're not technically a king, we still have to pay the 700 because we're apparently a kingdom, which is weird. Songs of Anguish. My nights are plagued by terrible nightmares featuring the vile duke. Again, this is another one that will just sort of leave be for the time being. Try not to take all of them because it is a little bit risky. Back up to 271 dark power, gaining a fair bit. Where are we now on the old leaderboards here? 353. 351. That actually... Are these not sorted by order of member score? Why are these not sorted by order of member score? That's ridiculous. 374. 386. 386 is the one to beat. This is the guy who is the heir. And this, you're the original guy. You're only 50 though, but you're hanging on in there, aren't you? You've got an Al familiar. So he's not got half of this negative stuff. He's the guy who's the leader of Satan's Zone. He's only got one sin, and he's also a genius, but he's got hardly any negative traits. Mind you, some of these traits are hidden from the world, so that could well be it. Either way, I'm going to go and end the video there, because I've been playing this and talking constantly for 2 3/4 hours now, and almost lost my voice. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying this series of Crusader Kings 2. Remember, if you are new to the channel and you've stumbled across my videos while looking for tutorials on various Paradox games, please do feel free to have a look around. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and comment. I do try and reply to as many comments as possible within reason, providing they are constructive. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing. Remember, every time you subscribe and every time you like a video or comment, it helps for the video's visibility and it makes it easier for other people to find it. So, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.